The Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, says it supports the idea of establishing a governing body mandated to ensure professional standards are maintained in the teaching profession. This, it says, will benefit teachers and, by extension, students. A committee is presently reviewing a proposed Jamaica Teaching Council bill that sets out such regulations. However, JTA cites several instances in the proposed bill that it has taken issue with. We caught up with JTA President Winston Smith recently. He says one of the major issues is the disciplinary action for teachers teaching without a license.
When a lawyer commits a breach, the lawyer is tried by the General Legal Counsel, not by the courts. The current JTC bill wants to take teachers to court.
In the last committee meeting, representative of private tutors and homeschooling parents, Maurice Saunders, told members of the committee there are many instances in which unlicensed individuals, such as neighbors who conduct summer school or older children who act as tutors, and these practices have been successful and should not be interfered with.
Not to interfere in the arrangements that they make privately with students and parents for private extra lessons. Let us look a little bit at the background to the issues and the problems. So we have the issues, and you have heard the recommendation. That is the short of it. But as I listened to this debate, to the discussion going on, I felt moved. I gave it more thought, and more ideas came to me.
Mr. Smith says effective regulations relative to the profession are already on the books in different documents, but reiterated that he is not opposed to one wholesome document.
If one should examine the Education Act of 1980, and the Education Act of 1964, and the regulation of 1980, you'd realize that there is sufficient body of laws and regulations that will advance the professional standing of the teachers of Jamaica. What we need is for a whole-scale education of the people who are governing and running education in Jamaica. In our reading of the Jamaica Teaching Council bill, in our estimation at the JTA, there are only two categories of people who would find the bill nice. The ones who have never read it and the ones who wrote it. Outside of that, anybody else who are well-thinking Jamaicans would realize that the JTC bill in its current state will not achieve the desired outcome, which is to professionalize education. So I want us to go back to the drawing board, have a real look at it again, if we're really serious about moving forward.
The review of the JTC bill continues, and the JTA president says the association will not allow teachers to be disenfranchised.
We have invested time, money, effort and energy. We have secured the services of a QC and several attorneys who are going through with us through this bill, line by line, letter by letter, word by word, to make sure that when it is that this bill is signed into law, it will truly reflect a professionalization of the teaching profession.